Hey everyone, welcome back to MLWorks. In this video, we'll be continuing with our UI framework series for building generative AI application. And today we'll be building a multimodal chatbot with Gradio and Ollama. So when it comes to features for this specific tool, we'll be supporting multiple models and we'll have image support for vision models such that we can understand what an image represents. And then we'll also have persistent chat history. So as you converse with the chatbot, you will be making sure that you save the chat and which gets loaded every time you are running that specific app, unless you delete that specific chat history itself. And then comes our responsive UI with customizable styling. So since we are building multimodal chatbot, so some section of our UI will be disabled if you select certain models. So for instance, some models will support vision also. So we'll be enabling vision section based on that model selection. Some models only support text. So we'll be disabling image section in such cases. With that, let us understand what is the Gradio UI that we'll be building. So we'll be building a UI as shown here, which contains a sidebar where you can select the model, and based on selection of the model, we'll be enabling or disabling the image section. And then we have in the sidebar, we have temperature and top P parameter, which will be sent along with your input request. And you have a button for sending your input request. When it comes to our main section, you will be having a chatbot section where you will be having back and forth input and output from the chatbot and the user. And then we have this section for sending an input message or input query. And then we have a section for image where you can either upload an image or make use of webcam to take a photo and send it to the LLM. Or you can also paste an image with the help of clipboard. Now, when it comes to the project structure, it is pretty simple. So one is the main file, then we have configuration folder, and then we have core of our app, which will be containing image utils, Ollama client, and storage. And then we have data where we'll be storing our chat history. Then we have requirements.txt, which will be containing all the packages and their version, which you can install in your virtual environment. Then we have UI folder, which will contain the layout information. So when you select a model, you will be disabling certain section of your UI. So that is handled with the help of layout.py. So with that, now let us jump on to our code. So let me go here and let us understand config, which contains models.py. So under models.py, you will notice there are two variables. One is supported models and there is vision models. So as I said, based on vision models, will be enabling or disabling the certain section. So if vision model is selected, so we want to make sure that we have the option to upload an image. So if vision model is not selected, then if it contains only supported models, or if you're selecting only the supported models, then we'll be having our specific text section alone where we'll be sending the message and getting the response. So this is with respect to the models.py. Now let us move on to our core folder, which contains all the basic Python functions for handling the images or how to store the chat and all these details. So let me go back here. Now click image utils. So this is pretty simple function where you take in an image in a PIL format and then that is converted into base 64 and it is decoded, and that will be sent to your LLM. Then comes our Ollama client. So this is where you will be creating a function called stream chat, so which will be taking in your message or model details, the parameters like temperature and top P, and also if you have history, that is also getting selected, and if you have image, that is also been taken as input or parameter, and it will be sent to this specific function as part of the parameter. So once all these parameters are fulfilled, or if some of the parameters are optional, like for instance if image is not present, then this if block won't be executed. So Once you have all these details coming from the user and from the UI, we update our message list. So first we iterate over the history and get the user message and assistant message and update the messages list. Then we create a payload where we'll be setting role as user and content as the message, which will be coming from the input text box. And then we see whether image is present or not. And if we have the image, and then we check if the model selected is vision model or not. If both these conditions are met, then we take the images and turn it into base 64 and store it as part of our payload. And that payload is then sent to the messages list. Now this whole thing will be sent to our Ollama chat, which contains the model section, the message section, and if you want to stream the output or not, and this option for temperature and top P. So since we are streaming, right, as it is said here, like stream is equal to true. So what we do is will be, as the output comes, which is the tokens are coming out from the model, will be just yielding those values as mentioned here, token by token. Okay, now let us move on to our next file, which is storage.py. So here first we'll be checking whether this path is present or not. If it is present, then when we are loading the app, we'll be loading the existing chat history. If this path is not present, then we'll be creating the directory here as mentioned, and then what we do is we create another function called save chat. So once you drop a message to the chatbot, you get some response, so that will be dumped here in this location, chat history. And when it comes to load chat, as I said, so whenever you are running your app, again if you're closing it and again you are starting it up, so it will load the previous history from this specific file and show it on the UI. So this is with respect to storage.py. Now let us move on to our next folder, which is data, which contains our existing chat history. So this is the chat that has happened already. So now let us move on to the next, which is UI folder, under which we have layout.py. So it contains two functions. One is toggle image. So based on the model selected, you will be enabling and disabling your Gradio UI, which is specifically the image section. So that is done with the help of this specific toggle image function. Then we have this chat function where we'll be pulling out our history, whether we have history or not, we check. If the history is not present, we create an empty list. Then we start with the conversation here by calling the stream chat and sending our messages, images, history, temperature and topic from the UI and from the user. And based on that, we'll be showing our final result on the chatbot UI, which is the top section. And then we'll be updating our history again by taking in the message which is sent by the user and the reply from the LLM. That will be appended to the history also. And finally, we'll be creating a chat history JSON, which will be stored with the help of save chat function. So this is with respect to layout.py. Now let us jump on to our final file, which is app.py. So then we have requirements.txt, which is just some packages that we have that you have to install. So let me skip that. So let me go to app.py now. So this is the main function that gets executed and runs your app. First, what we do is first we import the packages, which is Gradio, and all the functions which are stored in different folders. Then we create a custom CSS where we'll be setting the border as black and the accent for the UI as black. Now comes the main section. So Gradio takes the whole UI as one block. So here you have with dr.blocks and set the title as Ollama Multimodal Chat and send the CSS styling as well. And it will be running as demo. Now inside this block, first we create a sidebar. So in the sidebar, we have this first markdown, inside which we have the section for drop down, where you will be putting all the supported models and the default value will be set as Lava latest. And the label for that specific drop down is model. Then we have temperature and top P, which are the slider with min and max value, and what is the default value for that specific slider, and what is the label for the slider. Then we have a markdown again, which is just hyphens, and then we have our button for sending our input request. So this is with respect to our sidebar. So once sidebar is done, then we'll have the main section, which is our main column here. So within this column, we can segregate into multiple rows. So first what we do is, first we create a section for chatbot, and this is where the back and forth between the user and the assistant is stored or will be shown. And then comes our row where we have our text box, which is this one, the specific text box, and then we have our image section where we'll be showing these images. So if you notice here, we set the height for the specific chatbot has 600 pixel, which will be this one, what we are seeing here. And then we have this row inside which we have text box, which we set the label as message, and the placeholder has something like ask something, and lines is equal to 3 and scale as 1. Then image section where we take the input image as pill format and label has image, and visible is equal to true and scale is equal to 1. Now if you notice here, let me go back here. So this specific section where we set drop down, and it is stored inside a variable called model. Here if you notice in line number 50, so here you call model.change toggle image model comma image. So what will happen is, once you make some change to that specific drop down, if you select some model, this specific section will be called, this is an event listener, so it will wait for some action on the drop down box. So if something gets changed, the specific toggle image will be called. So this is the event listener. Based on the selection of the model, it will enable or disable the image section. Then comes our send.click, which is the send button that we have created here. This is where we created the send button. So what we do is, if send button is clicked, then you will be calling this specific function with all these different inputs from your UI and from the user, and this is where the output will be stored, which is the chatbot section. And finally what we do is, we make a call to that specific demo here and we launch it. So this is with respect to the Gradio UI that we are going to see now. So let me run this. So here we are inside our virtual environment and inside multimodal chatbot. So I can just do Python 3 and app.py. So this is locally running on 7860. I'll go and follow the link, or I'll just copy this. Okay, I just closed the server, so let me run it again. So copy the specific section, open a new tab incognito mode and paste it here, and this is where our UI is there. And if you notice, already some chat is present. So if I just go to this specific section, which is inside this Visual Studio Code under data chat history.json, you will notice this text that is present. This is the chat history. So this is shown here. What is this image all about? And this is the response for that specific question was present. So now let me delete this specific section. Now what I'll do is, first let me ask something here. What is AI? Now let me send this message to Lava. So this is a text input to Lava model. So AI stands for artificial intelligence and everything, and it is giving some response. Now this is with this specific parameters, which is 0.7 for temperature and 0.9 for top P. Now we did not upload any image here, so let me just click here and upload this page rank, and let me delete this section now. Now what I'll do is, I'll just drop another message. What is the image is, so image is talking about So let me send this along with the image, this message. So this image appears to be an educational banner or poster. It contains illustration of atoms and molecules, which is pretty bad uh, response, I would say, because the text is kind of outwardly saying it, right, what it is. And there are two main messages on the banner. One is page rank algorithm, which is correct, and then we have this confirms the content is page ranks. Okay, so let me ask specifically about this specific section that we have, right? The network structure in the image represents So the image depicts a simplified representation of a network structure. Nodes and atoms are connected by lines of bonds. So the text understanding PageRank algorithm indicate, okay, so the network could be, so this is where the real answer lies. Okay, the network could be visualization of how PageRank algorithm works, where the nodes represent individual web pages, which is correct, and the lines represent the weighted links. That is also correct in a sense. The title understanding PageRank algorithm, additional text PageRank algorithm are superimposed. I'm not sure what this is. The model is not accurate as much I can say. Okay, so leaving that aside, now let us go and take some image here from the camera. So let me clear this section first, and from the webcam I can send some message. I'm not sure if it is allowed because I am recording on other camera also, so it won't show up here. So never allow. Okay, I'll be skipping this part and then I'll go to clipboard. So allow. Now what I'll do is dog image, and then I'll be taking a screenshot of this dog and take a copy to clipboard and paste it here. So let us ask this, what is this image? Send this message. So little brown puppy little sitting on a grassy area with flowers scattered around, so which is correct. So let me clear this also, clear this, clear this, clear this. So now what you can do, right, you can also select some model which doesn't have the support for vision. For instance, if I select Quinn latest, so if you notice this image section is disappeared. So this gets toggled based on the model selected, and I can also totally hide the specific section sidebar. And if I want to go back and select lava latest, automatically the image section appears. So this is the basic multimodal chatbot that we have built, and you can go ahead and update this code and add few more features and understand how things work. So with that, I'll be concluding this video. Thank you for watching.